What do Elon Musk and Richard Hart have in common? Watch this whole video to the end, because I discovered something that will change the way you think. See, on the surface level, when you're a successful billionaire and a successful business owner, you're going to get sued by everybody. Elon Musk is being sued all the time. The fact is, if you threaten the status quo, whatever industry you're in, whether it's crypto or rockets or cars, people are going to go after you, because some portion of the people out there are going to hate you no matter what. So this is common for big businesses, right? This is why businesses have legal departments. Okay, this is why businesses have tons and tons of lawyers, because they're always getting sued from some angle or another, especially in the USA. It's a very overly litigious country. Now, not so long ago, one of Elon Musk's lawsuits just came to an end regarding Dogecoin. Elon was sued for, quote-unquote, manipulating Dogecoin in a class action lawsuit. But if you read the allegations in Elon's case, it's even more absurd than the allegations in Richard's case, which are already pretty absurd. But we all know Elon Musk likes to joke around online about Dogecoin. Here's an article about the iconic meme becoming the richest man in the world's favorite crypto. We could see that Elon, he used to tweet about Dogecoin all the time, and for whatever reason, other people took that tweet and interpreted that as a reason to buy the coin. When you have that much influence, people hang on every little word you say. But was he deliberately trying to manipulate the price? No, he was just making a joke and didn't realize the impact of his words. He used to joke about being the CEO of Dogecoin and just post memes like this all the time. Dogecoin rules, right? He thought it was funny. The internet thinks it's funny. And at the end of the day, anybody claiming that they got scammed by Elon Musk because they bought Dogecoin at the top and the price went down, it's really kind of just like being a man-child that doesn't want to take responsibility for their own actions. And we see this in every single cryptocurrency. People buy high and they sell low. And then they just look at whose face is on the internet, who was out there talking about this cryptocurrency. And people like to point fingers and assign blame to others because it can't possibly be their fault that they bought high and sold low. Now what happened here? Well, Elon Musk won the case. Just last week, Elon Musk officially won a dismissal of the lawsuit. But now let's look into the actual court documents. Okay, court listener. This is the interesting part right here. Pay attention. Nobody wants to read this stuff because it's boring, right? All the legal stuff is boring. People only care about the headlines. But luckily, I've dug into it to prove to you something very interesting. Stick with me. Again, Elon Musk on Court Listener. Court Listener keeps track of all the different documents filed in any given court case. So Johnson versus Musk, this is the Dogecoin case. And we can search for a woman named Sarah. Sarah Concanon. Sarah Concanon here, if we download this entry into the database, is a member of one of 3 different law firms that was supporting Elon Musk during this frivolous Dogecoin lawsuit. But take a look at this. Take a look at what law firm Sarah was from. Look right here, guys, where I'm circling. Quinn Emanuel, Urquhart, and Sullivan, LLP. Keep this Quinn Emanuel name in your head as we now look to Richard Hart's court case. Here's Richard Hart versus the SEC on Court Listener. And if we search for Richard's motion to dismiss the case, which is being talked about right now, his lawyers are going to appear in court on October 24th to decide if the case gets dismissed or continues on. Let's look at the motion to dismiss. Here we can see that Richard Hart has 4 different law firms, 4 different highly respected law firms. And what's one of them, guys? Quinn Emanuel. We can scroll to the bottom and see he's got 3 lawyers from Quinn Emanuel. More than just one. Richard's actually got 11 different lawyers from 4 different law firms. 3 of them, think about this. 3 of Richard Hart's lawyers are from Quinn Emanuel, which is the same law firm that represented Elon Musk, who had one of Quinn Emanuel's lawyers. But what's so special about this law firm? Check this out, guys. If we Google Quinn Emanuel, and we Google Quinn Emanuel as the most feared law firm, well, for 4 years in a row, Quinn Emanuel has been named the most feared law firm by BTI Consulting Group in a study that they do every year when they rank all of the law firms. Basically, nobody wants to mess with Quinn Emanuel. Quinn Emanuel is notorious for not giving up and for winning. And if we dig into the BTI Consulting Group that actually did this study, they talk about how they came to this idea, if you care to read it. Being fearsome isn't about being aggressive. In the legal landscape, being fearsome is about being respected and having the ability to win. Because other lawyers don't want to compete with people that they know, historically, they have a low chance of winning the case. So the SEC versus Richard Hart, it seems like they just saw, fat guy in a Gucci suit, and they said, oh, that guy looks like a scammer, he must be a scammer, this must be an easy case. Clearly, the SEC barked up the wrong tree here. They don't realize how much money and time and dedication is being put in to win against the SEC in this case. One thing I like about Quinn Emanuel is that they are not afraid to challenge the status quo. They're not afraid to take on new and unique cases. So out of the 46 most feared firms, Quinn Emanuel's at the top. We know Quinn Emanuel is backing Elon Musk and backing Richard Hart. That's an appeal to authority right there. And guys, this was all going to happen sooner or later. All cryptos that get successful, all crypto platforms, exchanges, if they get successful, they're going to get sued by the SEC. We've seen it with Justin Sun, Tron, CZ, Binance, Brian Armstrong, Coinbase. The list goes on and on and on. But it's almost lucky in this case that the allegations in the SEC versus Richard Hart case are so poor. Like, the arguments are actually so bad. They could have made better arguments. If you care to read the allegations against, you can go to that court listener page I just showed you. You can scroll up and you can read all these documents if you actually care. Not many people do care to read them. But in a way, PulseChain and Richard are lucky that the SEC locked in these allegations in the form that they're written in, because now they can't go back and change them. Once the allegations are submitted, they have to go with what they originally wrote. They can't go back and edit the terms later on. So obviously the SEC, it's never ideal to be sued by the SEC. But with the amount of incompetence and corruption that's been shown in the SEC, especially towards the crypto industry, my final thoughts are that if this was going to happen sooner or later, then the only way out is through. And if the only way out is through, who better to have on your side than Quinn Emanuel, who's also represented Elon Musk, the richest man in the world. To learn the real insights about what's going on in the crypto world, make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment, and share the video. It helps pump the algorithm, which helps pump your bags.